Emily rolled her eyes and placed her luggage in the hall. I can't imagine why you would say that. Listen, we need to get a move on. Mom and Dad said to be ready by 8. It's almost 9 o'clock, Emily urged. Mommy packed my things last night. Besides, I'm not going anywhere until I've had my breakfast, so there. Sara stuck her tongue out at Emily. She lumbered her expanding bulk across the room, stopping in the doorway. And I don't care what time it is. Brat! Emily shouted to her sisters, retreating back. Soon Sara would be the size of a house if something wasn't done about her weight. She'd try and talk to her once they were at Uncle Alex's. Sara didn't seem to act as rotten when they visited their aunt and uncle. Emily was really looking forward to this visit. She'd always felt extremely close to Uncle Alex, plus he had all those wonderful golden retrievers. At this stage in her life, she figured, this was about as close to heaven as she could get. Emily heard the electric garage door open, reminding her it was time to leave for Asheville. She grabbed her diary, which she'd caught Sara snooping in the other day. She stuffed it in the bottom of her book bag for safekeeping. She glanced around her room one last time, just to make sure she wasn't leaving anything important behind, then closed her door and headed downstairs. She couldn't wait to leave what she privately referred to as the Ice Palace. Her mother was so finicky, always afraid a speck of dust would ruin the ridiculous white furniture throughout their house. Aunt Kate's house was so much more relaxing. They didn't even care if the dogs jumped all over the furniture. Aunt Kate would never have white furniture either. Hers was worn and soft, and so what if there was an occasional mass of dog hair? Emily liked the casual life and loved all the animals roaming in and out of the house. Emily figured her mother would have heart failure if an animal of any kind entered their house. Emily walked into the kitchen just in time to see Sara seated at the breakfast bar with egg yolks smeared across her fat face. Emily grabbed a paper towel, dampened it, and gave it to Sara. Wipe your face. It's time to leave. If we don't get on the road, we'll end up spending the night in one of those $20 hotels with the scratchy sheets that you hate. Sara snatched the paper towel from Emily and half-heartedly wiped it across her mouth. I hope you're satisfied. Sara tossed the wet paper towel on the kitchen floor. Come on, Sara, don't be such a pig. Let's go. Dad's waiting in the car. Emily picked up the paper towel and tossed it in the garbage can under the sink. They're waiting, Sara, Emily said, enunciating each word slowly. Mommy isn't in the car yet, Sara retorted. Emily rolled her eyes. Yes, but she's almost ready. I just heard the door slam. Her mother always hated the fact that they drove to North Carolina instead of flying. If anything cramped her style in the slightest, her mother always let those around her know it. Door slamming had become quite popular the past year. Reluctantly, Sara shoved away from the table and followed Emily out the garage door. Emily tucked her luggage in between Sara's and the back of the Explorer. She climbed into the back seat and took a paperback novel from her book bag. She hoped reading would prevent Sara from aggravating her with all kinds of questions and stupid comments. She loved her little sister, but sometimes she wished her parents would exercise a bit more control over her behavior. She was beyond spoiled and had no real friends at school, so most of her free time at home was spent tormenting Emily with dumb questions and dopey comments. Emily winced as she heard the front door slam. Her mother must be ready to leave. She didn't dare look away from her book. When her mother was in one of her moods, Emily knew from experience that it was best to remain quiet. Sara was sure to provide her mother with plenty of distraction. Wearing white slacks and a lime green silk blouse, Debbie Winner appeared to be dressed for one of her charity luncheons, certainly not a lengthy automobile trip. Emily observed her mother sliding onto the front seat. Her short brown hair was shellacked to her head, and she was wearing too much eyeliner. Her eyelashes were so thickly coated with mascara that she looked like a goblin of sorts. Why can't she be more like Aunt Kate? Emily could almost guarantee Aunt Kate wouldn't wear white slacks and a silk blouse to go on a road trip. Most likely she'd have on jeans and a comfortable t-shirt.